Good day, everyone. I am Cherelle Olmelio, your host for today. We have here the three gorgeous, stunning, and fresh guest speakers, namely Miss Fritzil Joy Lorraine, Miss Ingea Lobetania, and Miss Lela Isabel Sumuhoy to share their personal experience about investment and trading in the online trading platform. But before anything else, I would like to introduce to you the two online trading platforms, which are the Investagram and Ituro. Investagram is a local online trading platform which is not yet approved in the stock market. Investagram has also a Philippine Stock Exchange Index, or what we call the PSEI, or those companies who is registered in the PSEI. Particularly, Investagram used for learning and experience in trading and investment. Whereas eToro is an international trading platform which is already approved in the stock market and is already used by thousands of traders and investors worldwide. In connection with that, the eToro broker has chosen to be the preferred topic for the guest speakers later on. For the reason that eToro broker is convenient and a great choice for the beginners. It is also easy to learn and not overly complex. The speakers will going to share their personal experience in investing in eToro. They will share what their risk appetite, strategies, tactics, actions, as well as the deciding factor in picking the good and right stock. And lastly, they will express their learnings about their eToro investing journey. So, let's hear first the experience of Miss Fretchel Joy Liring.
Thank you, Miss. So, good day, everyone. I am Frizzle Joy Garcia Lorin, and my task for today is to share my personal experience in investing in Ituro online financial platform. So, before I start, I want to show to you all my account and portfolio in Ituro. So, to formally start, I will first define my risk appetite. So, as I assess myself, I can say that my risk appetite is risk averse. Risk averse since I am a type of person that is afraid to take risk, especially in terms of money. I am very careful in handling my money because I don't want to lose it. I prefer to have lower returns with known risk rather than higher returns with a known risk. I will also first secure my capital before the returns. And also, I will be contented with small returns as long as it is consistent and my capital is not at risk. So next is, what is my deciding factor in choosing and picking stock? Well, for me, my deciding factor in choosing and picking stock is first, I buy stock that is known in the market or company that is popular because it only means that this company is gaining and a higher chance that that their operation will continue because of their product and services is highly used and patronized. Then next is I determined if that certain company is growing through searching and looking at their revenue and earnings. Then lastly, sometimes I do some research about the financial standing of those company, and I also seek in the internet the top most gain company locally and internationally. So next is, what is my strategy to gain profit in my respective portfolio? So honestly, at the beginning or in my first experience in this platform, my strategy is to sell a portion of my acquired stock if it turns green. I compare the current price from the previous price when I bought those stock. But as the time goes by, I decided to buy different stocks from different sector, and I choose to make my portfolio a diverse one so that I will surely gain and earn profit coming from those different stocks. Lastly, I really focused on investing to the top most gain company to generate reliable income either through dividends or other interest yielding assets. So next is, what is my strategy, tactics, or actions that I've done to minimize the loss in my portfolio. So the action that I made in minimizing the loss in my portfolio is that I add protection in my investment through stop loss or SL. So stop loss is optional and you can set it once your trade is already open to prevent additional losses. Also, I determine if it's time for my stock to hold or to fold. And then to be able to minimize the loss, I really make my portfolio a diverse one. And lastly, what are my learnings throughout this investing and trading journey? So based on the performance of my portfolio, I have learned that if my portfolio turns green, I don't need to directly sell my stock, but instead I need to let it stay and observe if the price has increased over 5 months or 1 year to be able to assess if it will gives me a higher return or not. Then another learning is that strong uptrend, mostly using signals from technical indicators such as a 50-day and 200-day moving average. The 50-day line crossing above the 200-day line usually signals a buy, and the same line crossing back below the 200-day line signals as sell. Also, I've learned that past performance is not an indication of future results. The trading history presented is less than 5 complete years and may not suffice as a basis for investment decisions. Then I also realized that the fact that I personally made it 10 times or plus 100% or 1,000 rather of my Apple, my Amazon, my Facebook Meta platform stock doesn't make me any less a value investor, which I consider to be my main strategy, nor does it make me a frequent momentum trader just because I sometimes recognize and take advantage of market opportunities. And lastly, I've learned that stocks are one of the best long-term investment that you can make to be able to be financially stable in the future and to be able also to achieve your goals and dreams in life. So that ends my personal experience in this investing and trading journey using the eToro. And I really hope that you have um, learned something from my sharing and from my experience. So thank you everyone for listening, and may God bless us all.
Wow, that was an amazing and flattering experience there, Miss Fritzl. Indeed, applause for that. Let's have another experience coming from Miss Injaya Lupitanya.
For me, I can identify my risk appetite as an investor that is a medium risk taker. Why? That is because I am a type of person that is not totally trusting myself when talking about investing. I have so many what ifs in my head that keeps daunting me. And thinking about spending amount of money that I can never assure if I will gain. It makes me feel nervous. That is why I can identify myself, my risk appetite, as a medium risk taker. When choosing or picking goods, you should have a reference and consideration to what is the best stocks to choose and pick. And one of it is for having good current reviews in the market as well as profitability. Yes, I consider these as the factors in choosing and picking stock. It's because, as an investor, we are sure that the stock that we buy is something that will surely gain in the near future. Looking back from their performance, how they are profitably throughout for all these years, it will gain you more trust from that. Choosing those stocks that has good reviews and able to maintain its profitable hits different. Another thing is a greater asset utilization. This is somehow one thing I consider that because if the stocks that offers greater asset utilization will surely gives you benefits such as greater amount of money that will be returned to you in such time. Lastly, those known company and offered affordable price. When a stock that you will choose or pick and is known to you, you know how it works and how it is gaining. You will have the trust that will help you to not be worried about. There are a lot of strategies that we can use in order to be profitable. For me, I always have 3 strategies that I can use to be profitable. first thing is when it reaches my expectation. When my 5 pesos, when I buy it, then it reaches the 500 pesos that I set for before I sold it. I will eventually sold it when it is hit my expectation. The second one is I hold it for a long time. Yes, I will hold it for a long time, even if it costs so much for me. I mean, it will long last. It will take more years, so that in the near future, I will gain profit more than the money that I hold it from now. Because I believe that the money that we are holding now is much more than the value that we will be holding in the future. Lastly is the diversification. It is to avoid loss, and it is just to one stock. So having different stocks, it will surely gain in the future. When we talk about diversifying, in order not to gain loss in the same stocks you buy, it should be diversified according to what is more likely has good reviews. Based on the performance of my portfolio in eToro and in Investa, it shows that in eToro, only Apple stock is indicating gaining while the other are losing. As a result, that it is negative or it is losing. Same way with my Investa, it indicates of losing, for all of them are in red. However, this is for the meantime, and there are days that some stocks are in losing and some are gaining. So it will never be a lose, or it will not be indicate as a lose or a negative result when you will never withdraw your stocks that you buy.
Indeed, a heart-melting and wonderful experience there, Miss Injaya. Applause for that. The last, but not the least, the experience of Miss Lela Isabel Sumuhoy.
Hello everyone, I'm going to share my experience in Etoro. My experience in Etoro is such a wonderful yet challenging experience. In Etoro, we can learn and practice how to trade and invest in stock market. So the first time I use Etoro is very hard because I don't really know how to use it and how does it work. I just keep on buying stock and trade without any single idea what is it. But later on, as I keep on studying and observing how does it work and what is eToro, I have learned a lot, and I have learned a lot about investing and trading, and I can say that in investing, it is normal to fail or lose, especially if you are a first timer in investing, because in investing there is always a risk, and it is just normal to take a risk. As an investor, I think I am a risk averse type of investor because I don't usually buy stock that has a high price, and I also don't invest in too much shares in stocks, because just like others, I am scared of losing big amount of money. I am also scared of risking everything that I have. Although risk averse has maybe a low profit, unlike others, I still prefer this because it avoids possible risk and potential losses. I think in choosing and picking stock that I want to invest and trade in stock market, I usually choose the stock that has the color green, because I think this stock has the potential wherein you can earn and gain profit, unlike the stock that has the color red. Gain profit in eToro, I use different strategies, and I don't usually invest all of my money in just one stock. I invested in different stocks so that if ever the other stock is too low, I still have other stock to wait and look for. And I don't also buy so much share in just one stock, because it is too risky. It is also my way of minimizing possible losses. Based on the performance of my portfolio, I can see that the prices of the stock moves every time. It always changes. Sometimes it changes its color from green to red, which means you lose some profit, and sometimes it changes to red to green, which means you gain some profit. And the performance of my portfolio, I have learned that you can't invest all of your money in just one stock because, as what I have said earlier, the prices of the stock move and change every time. That's why we should always remember to invest all of our in we should always remember to invest our money in different stock, because your stock might one of your stock might be low for now, but at least you still have other stock to look and wait for.
And then, the best served for the last. Bravo for our guest speakers for today. They comment that they should have a wise investment mindset, wise decision making. So before I will end this, I would like to additionally add my experience in my eToro journey. In the middle of investing in eToro trading platform, I discovered something in myself, that I am a risk taker. I take everything, even if I have to lose, because I am more concerned on achieving my goals, which is to gain more profit, more than what I am expecting. Because I believe that how much your risk is equivalent to how much your return is. However, I know that circumstances happens all the times. I noted to myself that I should extra ready to face my consequences in taking the risk. If I remember it correctly, I invested in a Facebook company, Microsoft, and the Apple company. I the moment I invest them, I take the risk that I know I have to lose something, but I know that there is the reason behind losing something. I know that there's something that a return in exchange like that. In deciding and picking a good stock, I first check the company's dividend history, the price earning ratio, and as well as the volatility of the stock price, because I know that stock price is not constant. So there is always at times that it will change. So I should give these factors an attention and consider them, so that um, I won't regret that I invest this certain company at the end. Furthermore, the strategy that I set to myself is to buy low and sell high. If I have a losing invested company, or for example, if I have a red remarks in FB or in a Facebook company, I won't I won't sell it. I will stick to it. I must playing safe, because I believe that stock market is volatile. There will always a time that price will change. I know that one day my losing invested company will become green remarks, or will uh, gain. Will the I know that one day my red remarks company will turn to green, which signifies that my price the price is getting higher. So in short, I gain profits. Overall, from what I have experienced in my eToro trading journey, I can say that definitely my experience in eToro is like a roller coaster journey, wherein I get to feel anxious and feel sad if my portfolio will turn to green and will turn to red. I learned that when you trade or when you invest in eToro, you should have a thorough check or a thorough background checking for that certain company. So you need to have this what we call a wise mindset when it comes to investment. That is a definitely uh, true. I always noted to myself that when I see when there's a green remarks, or especially red remarks, I should not sell it. Instead, I stick to that uh, company, because I believe that stock market is volatile. So the most important lesson here is that you need to have a patience. I know that take everything is a process. You need to wait. This the saying says patience is a virtue. Absolutely, it applies to the investment and trading world. So I hope that you learned something from us. Thank you, goodbye, and to God be the glory.